Imagine your brain has a smoke detector. It's a fantastic piece of safety equipment designed to keep you safe from fire. When it senses a tiny puff of smoke, it sounds a loud, blaring alarm. Beep, beep, beep. This alarm gets your attention immediately, telling you to check for danger and get out of the house. Now, what if that smoke detector was a little sensitive? What if it went off not just for a real fire, but also when you're just toasting a piece of bread, or making popcorn, or even just lighting a birthday candle? That's a lot like what anxiety is. It's your brain's built-in alarm system, but sometimes the settings are just a little too high, making it go off for threats that aren't really dangerous. Anxiety is a natural human response. Let's zoom in and meet the key players on your brain's security team. The main one is a small, almond-shaped structure called the amygdala. Think of the amygdala as the motion sensor for your brain's security system. It's constantly on the lookout for danger, scanning everything you see, hear, and think about. When the amygdala spots something it thinks might be a threat, whether it's a growling dog or an angry email from your boss, it hits the panic button. It doesn't waste time thinking or analyzing. Its job is to react instantly to keep you safe. It's the part of your brain that makes you jump back onto the sidewalk when a car horn blares unexpectedly, long before you've had a chance to consciously think, "Oh, a car is coming." Now, every security team needs a calm, rational manager, right? That's the job of your prefrontal cortex, which is located right behind your forehead. The prefrontal cortex is the thinking part of your brain. It's responsible for logic, problem-solving, and making considered decisions. Let's see how this brain science plays out in everyday situations. Consider this. You're about to give a presentation at work or school. For days leading up to it, you might feel a knot in your stomach. That's your amygdala sensing a potential social threat, the danger of being judged or failing in front of your peers. Or think about a more subtle scenario, like sending an important text message and then waiting for a reply. You see the little dots that mean the other person is typing, and then they stop, and nothing. A few minutes pass. Your amygdala, ever the vigilant guard, starts to whisper, "What if you said the wrong thing? What if they're upset? This is a social danger." Even seemingly positive events can trigger this response. Imagine you're planning a vacation. You should be excited, right? But you might also find yourself worrying incessantly. What if I forget my passport? Now, it might sound like we want to get rid of anxiety completely, but that's not quite right. A certain amount of anxiety is not only normal, but actually helpful. Consider its role as your brain's ultimate motivator. That feeling of unease before an exam is what pushes you to open your textbook and study. Without that little nudge from your anxious amygdala, you might just decide to watch another episode of your favorite show instead. That anxiety is your brain highlighting a future event that's important for your success and giving you the hormonal push to prepare for it. In this case, anxiety is a feature, not a bug. This protective mechanism is crucial for our survival and well-being. Think about crossing a busy street. A healthy dose of anxiety makes you look both ways, listen for oncoming traffic, and wait for the walk signal. So, what can we do when the brain smoke detector is screaming about burnt toast? How can we turn down the volume? The great news is that we can actively help our prefrontal cortex, the calm manager, get back in control. One of the most powerful tools we have is our own breath. By deliberately slowing it down, you send a signal back to your brain that the danger has passed. Another way to engage your thinking brain is to get your body moving. When your body is flooded with adrenaline and cortisol for a fight or flight response, one of the best things you can do is, well, flee. You can also use your 5 senses to ground yourself in the present moment. Pause and ask yourself, what are 5 things I can see? 4 things I can feel? 3 things I can hear? 2 things I can smell? And 1 thing I can taste? This simple exercise forces your prefrontal cortex to focus on the immediate, tangible world around you. It's like changing the channel in your brain from the 24-hour horror movie network to a calm nature documentary. Ultimately, understanding the science behind your anxiety is empowering. It's not a character flaw or a personal failing. It's your brain's ancient survival machinery working a little too hard for the modern world. Consider it.